Well, Nick Sirianni, you got killed by Shannomite because the 49ers stun the Eagles and are on to a rematch against Seattle. And, Chris, the play, of course, we're going to jump into the CMC touchdown in the fourth quarter at the end of the game with the 49ers trailing. This just feels like one of those Kyle Shanahan brilliance kind of situations. You touched on it Monday,
right?
But now we actually have the screenshots to go through what exactly happened in this play.
Really cool play, right? It's a play that everybody in football has. You know that.
Right.
You watch it, right? It became a thing. Like, hey, let's put 2 or 3 receivers over here. Let's put the back with the, quarterback in the shotgun, but on the other side of the formation, let's have these guys go this way and the back work his way through the line of scrimmage. And what happens if you know it's man-to-man? The backer who's got the running back goes, okay, wait, I got to try to get through all this stuff, and all these receivers are in my way. And now the offensive running back gets through the line, and the linebacker's like, oh no, I can't get through all the trash, and we see easy touchdowns, right? And believe we have one from earlier this year.
That's a great call,
right?
Because you notice, like, we've seen this.
I've seen this before, and I told Pete yesterday, I was like, listen, I can't remember exactly what game it was, but I promise you Kyle Shanahan threw a touchdown to pass against. So look up CMC, or as Jason Garrett likes to call him, CNBC, okay?
Whoa.
That's what he said on the show the
Little
other
company
night.
branding.
He didn't even realize he did it. He was like, I don't know, give the ball to CNBC. And he just went right by.
Went right through it?
Right through it. And we were all like, I think he just said CNBC, but of course we got other things to talk about. But
I am buying stock in CNBC.
Exactly.
That's a good one.
But regardless, all the good offenses have this play. They do. And I told Pete, and Pete's a master at looking up things on film and looking them up in a hurry because he's way better with anything digital than I am. And I just say, hey, look at all of McCaffrey's touchdown catches. I guarantee 1 or 2 of them are this type of play. Okay, so we got one, unfortunately, against my New York Football Giants. And then what we just talked about in yesterday's pod a little bit. We talked about it on Monday. Here it is. You got to have a zig for your zag, right? You got to know that things that you went to in the regular season that are a problem for defenses, that in playoff type atmosphere with playoff coaches and players, they're going to see that and go, hey, they like to do this down here. We can't let them catch us off guard, right? That's the big thing here. And so with this, too, it's not like the most special design. And here, there's some nuance here that I'm not even sure I know totally, okay? We're just trying to put it together. I didn't call Kyle and go, hey, tell me what's going on here.
It's a little busy
exactly
right now.
How you read this play, all right? But within this play here, okay, so first off, let's just look. The Giants won down here. We got Juszczyk, we got Juwan Jennings, we got Kendrick Bourne, right? There's CMC offset, right? They know the Giants are going to play them man-to-man down here, so this is why you get into this type of situation, okay? And what they really do usually just kind of run people across, and then CMC kind of works his way through whatever line hole he can figure out, usually between the guard and the tackle, and it just creates a natural pick with whatever linebacker's trying to cover him, right? Well, in this one here, okay, with the 49ers and the Eagles, we have Kendrick Bourne, who just went in motion, okay, but tight split next to the tight end. The Eagles are ready for it. They're going, wait, this could be, instead of just the 3 guys over here, it's 2 guys. They made it look a little different.
Right.
But we know they got the play conceptually, all right? On this top play against the Eagles, where's the nuance I don't know? Purdy, they run double slant down here because I think they think they're getting man-to-man. And I guess they thought maybe this safety would rotate the middle, and they thought maybe they could just get a double slant. All right, so within that, though, they don't. They kind of zone it off. Cooper DeJean passes off Demarcus Robinson, and then he's kind of sitting here in Juwan Jennings' way. Juwan Jennings runs the slant and goes, oh, no, I'm not there, and he tries to work out. You're going to see when we get to the next picture, and I don't want to get there yet, Purdy is looking over here. Now, what I don't know, and what I will ask Kyle at some point, was he looking over here basically just for BS, right?
Right.
Let me look here, let me get people out of the way, so McCaffrey can make it look he's going to run that little pick play, and we can create a hole, okay? I don't know if he's doing it that way or if Kyle and the 49ers coaching staff said, hey, no, just read this, and if we have this, throw it. But if you don't, by looking over here, by the time you look at here and go, oh, it's not open, your check down or your third option will be McCaffrey coming right back into your vision. All right, so those are the things I don't know, and we'll see. But here we go. Let's go to the next picture, Pete. Next picture, you can see the Giants play down here at the bottom, right? There's McCaffrey, right? Linebacker here, Okereke, screwed. He's already screwed.
Yeah,
you can see it. He's got nowhere to go.
Yep.
He's stuck. I mean, this is a slam dunk, easy walk-in touchdown. This one, again, you could see he's looking down here, and you can see what I'm talking about, right? It's not here. Safety's ready. Cooper DeJean's ready in this hole. He doesn't have to drive hard on it because he knows he's got somebody inside, right? Now, I don't know if he's looking here to really look here, if he's looking here just to let all of this develop. Because within this, too, okay, he doesn't have the tight end, but he does have Kendrick Bourne on the post if he wants to throw it. But regardless, he's down here looking. And the other thing that I think's cool, okay, is I guarantee Shanahan was like, hey, whatever you do, I think they'll be ready. Don't pick Nakobe Dean, right? We want him to think he got through clean and he's going to stop it.
Let him overrun it.
Let him overrun it. He's going to be ready. Vic Fangio's smart. He's going to teach him what to do. Don't get in his way. So he takes away the flat route. Nakobe Dean's in the flat. He's farther ahead of Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
You see this? Right? So that's what's incredible. So now let's go to the next picture, Pete. Okay, next picture, you're going to see, again, slam dunk on the bottom. That's, I mean, you and I can throw that with our other arms to get a touchdown. But here we are with this one. Now, in the process here, he's looking back. He's starting to come back. Now, like I said, maybe he has this, but I think he knows he wants to come here all the way. And like I said, I don't know if it was come there third or just look over here for some BS and then he'll be open, right? But look at Nakobe Dean's like, I got him. He's not going to the flat on me. And look, as we're saying that, look at CMC going, and he's going to stop on a dime and cut back and go to the next picture, Pete, and you'll see that the window there is incredible, right? Purdy hasn't even thrown the ball yet. He's going to catch the ball right here. He's wide open. There's nothing Nakobe Dean can do. That's just great thought, great play, great
two steps ahead
movement.
It's two steps ahead.
That's the way to say it, right? And that's what you got to do in playoff football. You got to be a little bit wait, who am I playing? Have I played him in the past? And has he been able to figure out some of the things I've done? I got to have things off of that to combat it, right? And that's where Shanahan is usually extremely amazing. And in this moment right here with a guy that he's never really had his number in Vic Fangio, he got his number a few times in this football game, and that's why they won the football game.
So that takes us now to the weekend and the rematch.
Yeah.
Because now San Francisco has Seattle, and Seattle smoked this offense a couple weeks ago.
Smoked them.
I mean, there was no answers at all. I guess the optimistic side is, though, Chris, I mean, Kyle usually does have some answers the second time around.
Exactly, right.
So from Seattle's defense, like, how do you even prepare here knowing, okay, he's going to have an answer for what we did last time, and like you said, now you need the answer ahead of the answer.
Exactly, right. It's going to be tough. Now, I don't think Seattle needs to reinvent the wheel.
You never want to get too far at
crazy.
it, like overthink yourself.
Because I will say this right off the bat. I hadn't watched, I'm always going to keep it real with it. I hadn't watched Seattle on film on defense since Seattle beat the Rams the first time in L.A. The Rams beat Seattle, right? The game Darnold threw all the interceptions.
Yeah, the 4 interception
but
game
yet they were only a field goal away from still winning the football game, right? That week and then the week after when they played Atlanta, down in Atlanta, those were the last 2 games in a row I'd watched. And of course, I think we talked about it like at that time a little bit with the Rams game, just going, man, the Seattle defense is starting to become real. All right, so I went 4 weeks maybe without watching them on film. When I turned this film on here, I went, whoa, they've gone to another level here. I mentioned on Tuesday, right? I love the Houston Texans defense. This has got some of the same elements here, where you turn on the film and you go, they are playing with a ferociousness and at a speed that really nobody else in football is playing at, right? That's the first thing you jump at. And I've always said this about Mike Macdonald. He's got the simple parts. They're always detailed and ready to go. And then he splashes in a little creativity. I feel like as the year's gone, they've gotten less creative. And they've gone a little bit, maybe like the Texans, to go, we know what we're doing. We're so damn good at it, and we know all our rules, and we're so talented, we don't need to reinvent the wheel and go crazy. We can play basic defenses And our dudes are those kind of dudes, and we'll still whoop your ass.
Right.
And traditionally, those have been the ones that have given Shanahan some problems because it's hard to game plan and figure out how to get them out of position because they're so good at what they do. And then off of that, they know where they're susceptible to be beat in some of those coverages, that they're kind of always ready for the beaters of whatever that defense may be. And so that's where it's tough. Okay, but, they're going to have to do some stuff here because, one, they can play simple zone defenses and be detailed and flying around, and they can tackle, and they're long. And like we talk about with like a good defense, the second level being fast, when they have Ernest Jones and Emanware and Witherspoon at nickel, their second level is like, whoa, there was a hole there, and he got no yards. Like, because the hole got closed that quickly because they saw it and they just shoot their gun and they go. So that is amazing about them. And then their D-line absolutely destroyed the 49ers. The Seahawks got it all on the D-line. I mean, really, I'm at a point where I'm going, I don't know if I've given the Seahawks defense maybe as much credit as I should, okay? Well, I know the Texans are kings. I kind of thought Denver was maybe the next team after that defensively. After watching that back, that made me think and go, okay, the Texans are kings, but damn, the Seahawks are battling for the king position too, and I think I would take their defense over the Broncos, and that's saying a lot because I think a lot of them, but it was phenomenal watching what they did to Shanahan in Week 18.
I think the difference is the Texans have two superstars on their pass rush, and there's not like one way or the other to do it.
Right.
Seattle, they rotate legitimately 6 different guys.
That's the beauty of their defense.
Like, these 6 guys had 12-plus snaps in that Niners game.
Right.
Byron Murphy,
of
course, Texas fight.
Yep.
Leonard Williams.
Yep.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Right.
Uchenna Nwosu.
Right.
Derek Hall and Jaron Reed.
Yeah.
And then Boye Mafe had 9.
Exactly.
So there's 7 guys.
And those are good players. All 9 of them.
They all are impactful players.
All 9 of them.
They're not Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter.
Exactly right.
But they're all above average at a minimum.
Definitely right. Definitely right. And some of them I'd go, they're way above average.
Right.
They're really good, right? I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence is still playing at an extremely high level. Owusu, Derek Hall, those guys, I mean, like you said, they're just real good players that they can beat a guy every now and then. Where they match up well with the 49ers, and we broke this down at certain points here, the interior part of the offensive line is the problem with the 49ers.
Yep.
And in this game, yes, like you're saying, like usually with Houston, you got to worry about the edge guys collapsing the pocket. In this game, especially Week 18, it was the D tackles consistently dominating up front and pushing the pocket. And then DeMarcus Lawrence and the group of guys here and there collapsing it from the outside. But I think that's what's amazing, right? And they just got incredible ways to, like I said, they can play, hey, it's cover 3, it's cover 4, it's a few different versions of cover 2. And then every now and then they sprinkle in, here's a zone blitz, or, hey, it's 3rd and 4, we need to play man here so he doesn't have some creative zone beater against us.
Right.
And that's really what it's come down to. And I don't know if it's going to become much different because I think they're in a little bit of a groove right now of understanding and having knowledge of the system, and that allows them to play fast, and I think they'll continue to do that. I've never seen a defense do what they did to Kyle. I'm just saying that.
I was reading your notebook, and the most jarring line was, the 49ers getting a first down feels like a miracle. I have never said this with Kyle.
I mean, I'm going through the game, and I'm going, whoa, I'm late in the second quarter. And, I mean, they ran 42 plays. They had 100 yards at the end of the third quarter. Like, what? And as you're sitting there watching it, you're going, oh, woo. They got a first down. Okay. Way to go, 49ers. Woo. I mean, it really was like that. I mean, it was incredible. Their drive at the end of the game, I mean, when they had the interception, Purdy broke a scramble, and then they had a big penalty. That was it. It wasn't like, oh, like because I was thinking back. I was like, well, they had that one drive, so let me think. And then I turn it on and go, well, I mean, that's not really even a realistic drive, really, right? I mean, Woolen blew a coverage. That's what would happen. And then Purdy found a lane for the first time all night and was able to find a scramble, and then he made one great throw and a deep out. And you went, whoa, that was the biggest drive of the night. And they got inside, and it was like, it's kind of luck, really, a little. It wasn't like Shanahan or they out-executed or anything like that. So, I thought, again, Philly's D, we know that was really good, no doubt about it. Philly's D is not in the category of Seattle, the Houston Texans, right? San Francisco, the defense is going to have to play well because even though they held Seattle to 13 the first time around, Seattle kind of did what they wanted on the offensive side of the ball. They screwed up some situations. They went right down the field in the first drive, and Sam Darnold had a wide-open guy for a touchdown on the first down from the 1-yard line and didn't throw it. And then they went for it and came away with no points to start the game, right? So, yeah, the 49ers defense is going to have to keep in it because I don't think this is like – I'd be shocked if they go, oh, we figured this out, and we're going to score 24 or 27 today, right? It's going to be – the 49ers getting to 20, I think, would be a big deal. And that's where you go, all right, the defense is going to have to make some plays and be really good too.
I was shocked the over-under was 45.5 at the launch of this game with these two teams. But maybe they think the coaches will figure something out.
Yeah, maybe. Yo, thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.